My name is Terra Winston. I am a leadership consultant and executive coach. My company is Interactions, and I am the ringleader of Interactions. So in my webinar, I talked about leadership expectations. Now, if you look on any library, any bookshelf, there's a ton of leadership books and they all have a different model or mode. But the honest answer is everything they talk about boils down to about 6 principles, 6 expectations that we look for in our leaders. And these expectations, they govern the way that you interact with people, how you yourself show up, and also how do you get things done. The first one is setting a vision. The question is, can you understand what the bigger picture is, and then can you articulate it to people? It's one thing to be in the weeds, but if you don't know the bigger picture, how do you know where you're going? Second is building relationships. Can you enroll and influence the people that will help bring your dream to life? Third is about executive presence. So that is, do you feel like a leader? And that's everything from the way you dress, from your temperament, if you get too angry or if you're too nice, even to the kind of level of gravitas and integrity that you have. The next one is about establishing the tone. Now, this is actually pretty critical for any leader, and I will tell you, even if you don't have a whole team behind you, you establish the tone of how people work around you. So are you someone that creates a culture or a feeling where people are anxious, or that people feel like they have to hide their work? Or do you create an openness around people where they want to share and they want to have a good time? So when you establish the tone, you set the way people feel when they work around you, and that's really critical. Next one is about developing others. And this is probably the one thing that we always think about when we think of a leader. Are you making the people around you better? But I want to add a little caveat to that. The question is not only are you making them better at their current jobs, are you getting them ready for what they want to do? And that may be beyond you, and that's fine. It's your contribution to the next generation. Then the last one is about driving for results. So the honest answer is, you set a vision, can you deliver upon it? Are you inspiring the people around you to focus, to knock down all the problems that may come up, and to bring this thing over the finish line? And the honest answer is, you can be a great leader, but if you can't get the results done, it's going to be hard for people to give you more opportunity. So this I think is probably the most important thing for you to think about. All 6 of these are expectations of you as a leader. And so that's a lot of information for you to process at once, but trust me, you only really need to focus. So question number 1, which one of these are my strengths? They are natural strengths that I woke up this way, the way Beyonce says. Where are your strengths? You need to celebrate them. You need to show up and ask yourself, where can I be more visible? So if I'm great at building relationships, where can I show up with more people and build relationships and build alliances? Now, the flip side is start to identify the places where you're not as strong. Those weaknesses, it doesn't mean that you don't have to deliver. Remember, they're called expectations for a reason. But what you can do is look at the areas that are weaknesses. Start figuring out how to use your strengths to deliver against those weaknesses. And just that little shift will give you the ability to cover all the expectations. So for example, if I'm great at building relationships, but I struggle on driving results, the answer may be for me to delegate more, to use my relationships to deliver those bottom lines, right? So start thinking in that way, and I guarantee you that tiny little shift will help you to have the impact and also the image of a strategic leader. If you're interested in my webinar or other really great resources, please go to the SWE Advanced Learning Center. It's phenomenal. So the URL is advancedlearning.swe.org.